Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the Crypto Lark. Today we're going to be talking about the TomoChain ICO, blockchain infrastructure, social sharing app, robust wallet, and so much more. After a quick shout out to everyone who's been hitting that like button, of course, everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that button down below to stay up to date with all of the latest in the crypto space. Furthermore, this is, of course, not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Now, normally, because it's an ICO, I would give you guys a nice little disclaimer list here. However, of course, you have to do your own research, but I do just want to point out the whitelist has already closed for this. They are doing a proof of care model, which we're going to get into a little bit more later. So I would assume that if you're on that whitelist already, you will know about the details of who's excluded, who's included, and all of that fun stuff. Even though the whitelist is closed, I still think that TomoChain is an interesting project. Therefore, I did want to provide a review for anyone who might want to keep an eye out for TomoChain when it comes to the exchanges in the near future. This is, of course, also not a sponsored ICO review. This is just something that's been getting a lot of press, so I thought we should have a little chat about it. Let's get into it. Now, the guys over at TomoChain, I think it's really worth pointing out, do already have a test net up and running for TomoChain, which for an ICO project is relatively impressive. They're already on their testnet. They've actually got a demo of their wallet up as well, which is of course fantastic to see. And they already have the Tomo app up and running, so you can go and check that out as well. Here is a general overview of kind of what the Tomo app looks like. Knowledge network, we're going to be getting into that a little bit more in detail here momentarily. Now, TomoChain coin has been designed for the blockchain for the Internet of Value. Transparent, secure, programmable, and global values and digital assets. This is the thought behind TomoChain. Now, TomoChain is aiming to have innovative scaling for Ethereum and for all blockchains eventually, but the main idea right now is about how to innovatively scale the Ethereum blockchain. They're doing that via horizontal scaling. So this is a second layer integrated with the Ethereum network. In fact, it's pegged to the Ethereum network. There will also be atomic swaps capable via the wallet from the TomoChain to the Ethereum blockchain. And those will be zero fees between chain. Now, really what we're looking here at is a network of chains. They're aiming to have 2-second confirmations near zero fees. We'll of course have to see exactly what the fee structure will look like in the future. Smart contracts, of course, providing for dApps and tokens. And they will also support all Ethereum smart contracts. In the future, when the mainnet is launched, we will have master nodes. There'll be something called a proof of authority, which is how they're going to be working on rewards. Decentralized governance will be part of the plan as well. There will also be a built-in coin exchange protocol, and of course ICO smart contract templates. Now they are of course aiming to have a robust blockchain infrastructure project here, much beyond the simple features of Ethereum, but going beyond that in the future. Now, another thing that they're really aiming on as their first sort of major app that's going to be on TomoChain is going to be the Tomo app. So this will be a decentralized, privacy-focused social network where contributors are rewarded. The main idea here is it's focused on knowledge sharing. And of course, the Tomo coin, which is the inherent currency of the TomoChain, will be the currency of the Tomo app. So it will have a place to be used immediately upon launch of the mainnet. Now, in-app, that TomoChain is going to be used for things like setting the content price and boosting your video, creating a channel, paying fees, rewards, gifts, etc. In the future, they're planning on having artificial intelligence available to leverage and really enhance that user experience. But that will be coming. Now, the Tomo app will also be using what's called proof of contribution. So this is going to be something similar to a block reward, if you will, but really it's going to be based on your relative contribution to the network in the Tomo app. So in the event that you, of course, didn't get whitelisted here, you can always get involved with the Tomo app when it comes out to actually earn some Tomo coin. And of course, the earlier you get involved in using that app, the the more beneficial it will be for you over time, of course, because you'll get those early adopter rewards by getting larger payouts, assumedly. Anyway, now there will be an 8-year emission for the coins until they reach full supply, which will be 100 million Tomo coin. Now, of course, we do have to mention the Tomo Wallet as well. This is a key feature that they are bringing out. Of course, security-focused wallet, as you'd, of course, want it to be. But there will be built-in peer-to-peer messaging, and it will be an atomic swap-capable wallet, capable of holding both Tomo coins and any Ethereum-based coin, which is pretty impressive. So definitely a nice potential for that wallet moving forward. Now, let's have a quick look here at the team. Now, the team has got some fantastic people on it. The founder is Long. Now, he is a former project lead over at the NEM blockchain, of course. We have Son, who is the founder of the Blockchain Developer Group, which has more than 800 members. Min is the chief architect of one of Southeast Asia's biggest cloud services. Now, there's only 4 people listed on the team on the website right now. I would imagine that there are more developers who are simply not listed here, but of course they will be using the funds from the ICO in order to help hire those new people. Looking here at the advisors, they've managed to attract some quite good names as well. We have Min Kim, for example, of B-Token, Civic, and the Draper VC Fund. Of course, we also have Roger Lim here from QLink, amongst other very prominent names. If you look at some of the partners and investors, of course, we have Neo here, which is a real standout as an investor in Tomo, but also a lot of other VC funds are getting involved here. So obviously there are a lot of people out there that see a lot of potential in Tomo. Now, having a look at the roadmap, now this is a project that will be rolling out over the year. You got to keep that in mind, that we're not actually going to see the full implementation of Tomo for about 6 months from now. So we're going to actually see that rolling out. The official release of TomoChain will be in Q3. Tokens will be integrated into testnet in Q2, for example. And of course, we'll see the decentralized exchange coming by the end of the year. Moving forward, we'll have the ICO platform sometime next year. Building the community will also happen at some point in the future, as well as decentralized governments and, of course, continual infrastructure upgrades. Now, some potential things that you may want to be keeping in mind about this particular ICO. Now, one thing that I think here is a concern is, can it achieve critical mass? I mean, they're banking a lot on their Tomo app being popular, and there's a lot of different crypto social media out there. In fact, the space is getting rather thick at the moment. For example, we have Steemit, and they've got a very big user base and a very robust blockchain. However, the guys over at Tomo are making theirs, hopefully at least, to be more mobile and video ready, focusing more on the Asian markets. They are trying to do a lot as well. I mean, a atomic swap capable wallet, a robust blockchain with smart contracts, not to mention, of course, the Tomo app, are all big projects and will all require a lot of effort to actually be able to pull them off in the long run. When Ethereum scales, will Tomo still matter so much? I mean, yes, they are going to be launching their own mainnet, but if they're looking at saying, hey, we want to be a horizontal scaling solution for Ethereum, well, if Ethereum scales efficiently, Will that still matter? And of course, will they be able to find ways to work with other blockchains like Neo, for example? Of course, if Neo scales, again, will that still be relevant for TomoChain at that point? Another thing that I think is really important to point out is the proof of care model itself and the private sale. Now, $8.5 million is all they're raising for their public sale, which by today's standards is a very small amount of money, which is good. The unfortunate part is that 7.5 million of that has gone to all those private investors and partners that we looked at just a moment ago. $1 million is going to be being sold to people by a proof of care model. Now, look, at the end of the day, the proof of care model is a way for them to work on advertising, right? But essentially you have thousands of people fighting for a limited number of spaces, all trying to get their little allocation of TomoChain. Some people are calling proof of care now proof of shilling because people aren't really willing to be very critical of a project when they're hoping that they're going to be chosen for that. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, full transparency, I did submit a application for the proof of care model, but I do see it as a weakness because I think you'd probably get a better spread of people, or at least more community involvement potentially, if you just set a very small cap for investors, for example, 0.2 Ethereum for everybody, and then you could take more people on board to be more inclusive of the community, not just people who are willing to make memes for you, for example. Now, of course, something else you might want to think about is, are there too many infrastructure projects at the moment? We are seeing a lot of blockchain infrastructure projects coming through. They're all fighting to get recognized in the space. Now look, these guys have a strong team. They've got good advisors. They have good investor backing here. But can they rise to the top? That's going to, of course, be the question moving forward. These kind of blockchain platforms, though, are some of the most successful ICO types, so they definitely have that moving for them as well. Now, I think it is a good project, TomoChain. I think it will be very successful when it does get up and running. You've got the right minds building it. You've got good advisors pushing it. It's a low cap ICO. Unfortunately, as mentioned, if you're not in on that proof of care, you're not going to get into the ICO, which is unfortunate. Look for this to come to exchanges. It should be out, of course, in the near future, or look to get involved in the Tomo app if you want to get in there and get involved in that too. If you are an early user of the Tomo app, it should be quite lucrative to actually get on and contribute to that community and get those early rewards before the network gets saturated with users. Anyway, I want to know, what do you guys think about TomoChain? Interesting project? Let me know about it in the comment section down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.